Before everyone says it in the comment section, yes, I'm a little bit out of my mind. If anybody thinks that Scrappy build, made out of spare parts, a used motor, Baja off-road suspension, totally wild, customized everything, is a practical airplane, this video is not for you. This is the most impractical, doesn't make much sense, not for sale to the general public, crazy idea. So let's start there. This airplane is about taking a bunch of stuff I have and doing something really exciting with it, something that is just out there. Draco was a lot of fun. I highly modified a certified plane. Now let's take scrap parts from various airplanes and make Scrappy. So, you guys, I've been working hard on this. And yes, that is the motor. It's used, and it came from my past, and I got it back. The engine going in Scrappy will be the highest horsepower carbon cub on the planet, normally aspirated 500 horsepower. How in the world do you get a motor that weighs several hundred pounds more in a carbon cub frame? Well, it doesn't stay stock, that's for sure. This plane is gonna be more like a mid-engine rat rod trophy truck with wings. Lycoming powered, it is the only 780 cubic inch motor Lycoming on the planet. To make that happen, when I built this motor, I had to find a wide deck Lycoming case that gave it a thicker case, open it up so that I could put the pistons that convert a Lycoming 360 to a 390, that same piston system on a 720 to make it 780 cubic inches.
And a big motor.
So when I was growing up, racing street drags and then into the drag tracks and everything else, my whole life in the years before aviation, I used to think a Chev 350 was pretty cool. And then it was the 454 big block. Then the 502 I built. 780 cubic inches is a thumper.
Wow!
And that's what this is. So not only is this engine 500 horsepower, it sleeps 500 horsepower. This is not wound up, crazy RPM, wrapped out, boosted, turbocharged, or nitrous. This is all about displacement. This is cubic inches, high compression on a built motor. This plane once, when I was racing it, I had it supercharged. I built a complete supercharger system for it. This engine's capable of 700-800 horsepower, and we're running it asleep at a mere 500. So it's perfect for a plane called Scrappy. All right, this plane also flew in Reno with Alan Crawford. He bought 36XX. It was one of my racers. He named it Beast. Before he bought it, I ran in a sport air racing league all around the country, ran undefeated for years. Then Alan took it to Reno, his last time running Reno. It was the greatest day ever for me to watch him go out and take my racer. The other neat thing about this aircraft is also about the time I was running the Sport Air Racing League, this engine was in the movie Planes. Just the sound effects. But it's awesome. So when the green Ripslinger races through the sky, victory, baby! There was two planes that had a similar sound. That was Kevin Eldridge's aircraft with a 720, and then 36XX with a 780, and we blended those sounds, and that's in that movie. So there's a lot of history in this engine. I'm super excited to put it in Scrappy. Now, how did I get my engine back? That's a good question. So after Alan Crawford raced this at Reno, he sold it to another great guy down in Arizona, and he called me up and said, Mike, I want to take 36XX and make another Turbulence, my turbine racer. And so he said, Mike, can you help me do that? Engineering, design, tail section, all the mods you did to make a plane cruise at 440 miles an hour. And I said, yeah, I can. What are you doing with the 780? So here's what's really cool about getting my motor back. This is a motor I spent a lot of time on. I have a lot of passion in building it, but it got to come full circle. And guess how much money came out of my pocket to make it happen? The short answer, zero. I'm really trying to build this plane as cheap as possible. It really wasn't zero, but what I was able to do was trade some of my time, trip down to Arizona, but he just asked if he could have one of my props from one of my turbine engines. So I swapped a prop I already had that wasn't on a plane for this engine and some of my time. Total price tag, Scrappy is off to a good start. So let me just say it one more time. This is not a practical airplane. Hold on, let me say it even again. This is not a practical airplane. Let me tell you what this airplane is. Scrappy is what you can do with experimental. Scrappy is about getting people excited about aviation. Scrappy is hopefully getting people to share a video about something absolutely crazy, fun, and cool. Will Scrappy be one of the fastest Cubs on the planet? Maybe. Will it outclimb any Cub on the planet? Possibly. Will it have a better thrust to weight ratio than Draco? Yes. This Cub is going to be insane. And not for everybody. It doesn't need to be for anybody, but maybe for me. But I hope the whole world loves it. I hope you have fun. I hope people get into aviation. I hope people follow it. And I hope some of you go out and get your pilot's license. Join aviation. Because when you get 2 inches off the ground and you're flying, life does not get any better. So let's go flying.